My selfish parents begged me to sponsor my sister's move abroad. They didn't call me for 3 years straight. Then suddenly my phone wouldn't stop ringing because they needed something only I could provide. I moved to Canada when I was 24. Not because I had some grand plan, but because I needed to escape a house where I was invisible. My sister Colleen was the family treasure, beauty queen in high school, valedictorian, married a hotshot lawyer named Franklin at 25 in a ceremony that cost more than my entire college education. I got nothing but criticism my whole life. My grades were never good enough even when they were identical to Colleen's. My career in graphic design was dismissed as playing on computers. When I announced I was moving to Vancouver for a job opportunity, my mother said I was running away from my problems. My father didn't even look up from his newspaper. I built my life from scratch in a country where nobody knew I was the lesser sister. I worked my way up to creative director at a major firm. I bought a condo downtown with a view of the mountains. I made friends who actually valued my company. I dated a wonderful man named Alistair who proposed after 4 years together. My parents didn't attend the wedding. Colleen was busy that weekend. Then Franklin got offered a position at a prestigious law firm in Toronto. 6 figures, corner office, fast track to partner. There was just one problem. The visa process would take 18 months unless they had family sponsorship to expedite things. Suddenly, I existed again. My mother called crying about how this was Franklin's dream opportunity. My father actually used my name for the first time in years. Colleen herself sent a long message about how much it would mean to her, how we could finally be close again, how she'd always regretted not being there for my wedding. Against my better judgment, I agreed to help. I filed the sponsorship paperwork. I offered my guest room while they searched for housing. I took time off work to help them navigate the immigration process. I introduced them to my friends, invited them to dinner parties, included them in my life. Colleen repaid me by trying to take over everything I'd built. It started small. She'd correct my pronunciation at social gatherings, even though I'd lived here for 8 years. She told my friends I'd always been the shy, awkward one growing up. She rearranged my kitchen because it wasn't organized efficiently. She suggested Alistair could do better than graphic design, maybe go back to school for something more impressive. Then she escalated. She befriended my closest friend Margot and started making plans that didn't include me. She told my coworkers at a company event that I'd exaggerated my role in major projects. She commented on my weight at my own birthday dinner, suggesting I'd let myself go since moving abroad. She asked Alistair privately if he was really happy or just settling. Franklin was just as bad. He talked down to Alistair constantly. He bragged about his salary at every opportunity. He criticized Canadian culture while enjoying every benefit of being here. Colleen told Margot that I'd had a mental breakdown in my 20s and couldn't be trusted with stress. A complete lie that spread through my social circle within days. I didn't confront her. I didn't yell or make accusations. I simply contacted my immigration lawyer and withdrew my sponsorship support. The letter arrived at their temporary apartment on a Thursday. Without my sponsorship, their expedited visa process collapsed. Franklin's job offer had a deadline. They had 6 weeks to figure out an 18-month problem. Colleen stormed into my condo that evening, Franklin right behind her. "You're destroying our lives over nothing. Some petty jealousy because I'm more successful than you." I stayed completely calm. "I sponsored you because you said we'd finally be close. Instead, you've spent 4 months trying to undermine my career, my friendships, and my marriage. I'm not jealous of you, Colleen. I just don't want you in my life." They flew back home defeated. Franklin's old firm had filled his position. He was unemployed for 11 months before taking a job handling traffic violations at a small practice. Then he got disbarred for mishandling client funds during their financial desperation. Colleen had to return to work as a receptionist at a dental office making minimum wage. Franklin blamed her for everything, said she'd sabotaged his career by ruining the Canada opportunity. He emptied their joint account one night and moved in with a 23-year-old paralegal. Colleen found out through an Instagram story. She moved back in with my parents. 3 adults in a 2-bedroom house filled with resentment. My father had a stroke from stress 2 months later. Now Colleen spends her days working a job she hates, and her nights caring for a man who can barely speak. My mother calls begging for money. I sent nothing.